The Canadian Major Football League Championship is less than 48 hours away, and the Lloydminster Vandals are not taking the title game, well, this year, lightly.
In 2010, the Vandals were just happy to be at Nationals. In 2012, the team is more focused in search of their first national championship.
We didn't go into it with the mentality and the preparation that we had this time. And this time our goal from the beginning of the season was to win nationals. So winning the AFL is great, but we want the national championship and we'll sell it for nothing less.
Well, it is a business trip for us. A lot of guys coming from out of town, and the way we're approaching it is, we're going to get the job done and then we can celebrate after.
We set that goal in 2010 to make it to the national final, and this year that was to win the national final. So it's definitely, we're prepared mentally and physically, and we're just ready to play.
Standing in the Vandals' way are the champions from out east, the Toronto Titans, led by former Queen's University quarterback Tommy Dennison.
Dennison looking deep for Craig Spear, who's got a step and he's got a touchdown.
They're a good team. They're big guys, they're strong, they're fast, their receivers are fast, and Tommy Dennison has a good arm and a good track record. So we're going to throw a couple different looks at him that we've never done in 10 years either. We're going to try to get under his skin, into his head, and hope that he makes a mistake, because we have the ball hawks behind us to change it. And if we get into his head early, the same thing with Darrell Lees, if we shut him down early, hopefully the game's done before the third quarter even starts.
As for the offense, the run game will also be counted upon, and not just for putting points on the board.
By us being able to control the field and control the time on the clock, I think that's going to be huge, because they are a quick, fast offense. They like to put up a lot of points. So if we could work them with the ground game and keep them off the field as long as possible, then I think we'll be all right.
The players are prepared and confident heading into the final, and one thing is for certain, the team is not just happy to be there this time around.
We won the AFL, and it's on to the next goal, our ultimate goal, and that's to win nationals.
We're preparing for a tough game. We're preparing to win, and it's going to be probably the toughest game up until now, and that's what we fully expect.
We know in the end there's one goal for all of us, and that's to go out on top at home in front of all our friends and family.
It'd be just awesome to have that national ring and just have that national title just to top it all off.
Including local products, Regan Shell, and 10-year veteran Dirk Treptow, who makes a return for a chance at going out as a champion.
That's the reason I came back this year. Maddox recruited a bunch of guys, and it was going to be a special year this year, so I decided to come back again for the third time. But it's hard to say no to football, and especially with the opportunity to host the beginning of the year. We already knew that, and to go with a win, and for half these guys to not come back next year, it means a lot to the guys that have been here for 10 years.
You're definitely going to miss it, and it's the same. Dirk's the same as I am. He loves football, so we want to keep playing, but it also takes up a whole summer, and you can't do anything else except play football, which is awesome, but there's also other things you want to do and get into that family life.
You sometimes forget that these guys are just like us, so congratulations to them and good luck to them on Saturday. In the meantime, after a Week 1 loss to begin the season, the Lloyd Comp Barons have taken their last 2 games. As Matt Schumont reports, the boys in purple and gold will look to make it 3 in a row this Friday.
The Barons had no problem last week, cruising by the Wainwright Commandos 42-6, calling this win a team effort.
Guys performed really well. We worked hard all week on recognizing what our responsibilities are and what the next play was, and guys stepped up.
I'm really, really proud of the guys who were out there playing. We played our hearts out and we did our jobs, and we came out with a win.
Since their Week 1 loss, the Barons have won 2 straight, outscoring their opponent 76-26. The team says their play as of late has been like night and day.
The improvement in our tackling and our physicality, and then also our understanding of each person's responsibility in order to make the 12 guys around them better.
It was more of just focusing on what our jobs are. We did a lot of reps in practice the week prior, and we made sure everyone knew exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And as soon as they had that in their mind, they were good to go.
Now the purple and gold will look for their 3rd win in a row on Friday against the Cold Lake Royals team, who's strong on both sides of the ball.
They are very physical, big body team, and we need to bring our best game on both sides of the ball and special teams to be competitive with them.
They look like they're a pretty strong team, look like they got some hard hitters, but we got some hard hitters too, so we're going to go at them pretty strong.
Cold Lake go into the game as the best defense in the Wheatland Football League, allowing 56 points in 3 games, so the Barons know they will have their work cut out for them.
We're going to have to run our system and be crisp, all 12 guys. We talked this week about 4 out of 5 O-linemen doing the right thing doesn't cut it. We need 5 out of 5. So those little details, being responsible.
And our receivers, as long as we're ready to go, pumped up, we got all our patterns down, we know what we're doing, so it'll be good. I think we'll do just fine.
Kickoff for Friday's game is at 4 o'clock at Armstrong Field. Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
Sticking with the Barons, they will be without the services of quarterback Duke Young. Young has hurt his throwing hand. He had it wrapped up with an undisclosed injury. No word on his return. Volleyball is back in the border city with the annual Neil Mantik tournament at Lloydminster Comprehensive this weekend. A total of a dozen boys and girls teams will be at the comp for one of the early season tournaments. The guys were at U of A last weekend for a tune-up tourney. Coach Aaron Canfield says the team is still getting adjusted, but their work ethic can carry them to victory.
Each match will be a challenge for us, and kind of take a different approach to each match depending on who we play.
All right, each team is guaranteed 5 round-robin games before the playoffs. Both hometown teams, the Barons and Raiders, face off 1 p.m. tomorrow. Now switching gears to hockey, the Lloydminster Bobcats are still in search of their first win of the season on Friday night. In the meantime, the Bobcats made a few deals, putting Lyndon Lewis on waivers and acquiring the rights to Austin McDonald in a trade from the Swan Valley Stampeders of the Manitoba Junior Hockey League. Last season, the 19-year-old McDonald played for the Kindersley Clippers of the SJHL, tallying 13 goals and 25 points in 53 games. In exchange, the Cats sent the rights to Mitch Deacon and Futures the other way. Last night in the AJHL, Jackson Dudley had a pair of goals for the Bonnyville Pontiacs in their 4-3 victory over the Sherwood Park Crusaders. The Ponts improved to 5-0-1 in their young campaign and still remain atop of the North Division in the AJHL. Now moving on, the Holy Rosary Raiders are once again a threat in the Wheatland Football League. And as Matt Schumont tells us, one of their weapons on offense is running back Bray Josu, who's this week's superstar next door.
Getting involved in football in grade 5, Bray Josu has turned it up in his grade 12 year, trying to play like his favorite NFL running back.
Just looking up to like all the running backs and all around the world, like looking up to like MJD, how short he is and how big he is and how he can play. And I just look up to him and just try to be like him.
He's always enthusiastic. He comes to practice every day with a lot of energy. You know, couple that with his athletic ability, and he's a great kid to have around.
Not only has Bray took his football to a new level, he's also taken on the leadership role as one of the Raiders team captains.
He's always positive. You know, he's an upbeat kid. He always brings a lot of energy, so he's encouraging kids in practice. He reminds us as coaches that it's a game sometimes, and you know he's not afraid to laugh and joke around a bit.
Through 3 games, Bray has racked up 193 yards on the ground, adding 3 touchdowns. Though small in size, he relies on his legs to make him that more effective.
My speed and my shortness and how quick I am, I guess no one can really tackle me. That's how successful, that's how it's been.
So if you watch him run, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but returning punts and returning kicks, he's very tenacious. He's hard to bring down. He's a determined kid when he gets the ball in his hand, and he just wants to get as many yards as possible.
Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.